Sky News is reporting that China has recruited dozens of former British military aviators to teach the Chinese armed forces how to defeat Western aircraft. One Ministry of Defense official said 30 British military aviation vets have been lured by Beijing with the promise of annual salaries of around £240,000, which is just over $270,000. These veterans are currently in China training pilots for the People's Liberation Army. This isn't just Chinese pilots flying Western jets. This is Western pilots with a lot of flight hours helping to develop Chinese tactics in the event the Chinese military goes against those Western jets in the future. China has been successful in hiring Royal Air Force and Royal Navy pilots with experience in the Typhoon, the Tornado, and the Harrier, as well as helicopter pilots with a lot of hours in the Wildcat and Merlin. No identities were given of these former British military pilots currently in China, but officials said the majority of them were guys in their late 50s who left the military some years ago. China is using a company called the Test Flying Academy of South Africa, which has no official connection with the government of South Africa, and other third-party headhunters to recruit qualified personnel. A Ministry of Defense official told Sky News that the recruitment scheme posed a threat to UK and Western interest and were viewed with concern and disapproval by the British government. The situation is serious enough that the Ministry of Defense's intelligence service issued a threat alert to warn serving and former military personnel against accepting China's offer. And those British military aviation vets already in China have been approached and advised against continuing such work. However, despite the potential for harm to national security, the UK is currently powerless beyond appealing to them to stop the recruitment schemes or to force the former service personnel to return from China. The MOD official said, in spite of the government's grave concerns, the activities of these vets in China does not breach the Official Secrets Act, which would be a criminal offense. But the Ministry of Defense is making it much harder for China to poach British military talent, specifically by tightening employment contracts and security legislation. The MOD is reviewing the use of confidentiality contracts and non-disclosure agreements across defense, and the new National Security Bill will create additional tools to tackle contemporary security challenges like the Chinese recruiting former British aviators. The MOD official admitted that, quote, "Without us taking action, this activity would almost certainly cause harm to the UK and our allies, which is why we are taking measures to dissuade current and former pilots from being recruited. We also want to avoid any perception by China that our previous silence on this matter is misinterpreted as our acceptance or approval of this activity," end quote. Beyond the current crop of UK military aviation veterans, reports suggest that China has also tried to recruit those with experience in the F-35, the fifth-generation fighter. But so far, it looks like they haven't been successful with that effort. All right, more on this situation as the information becomes available. So if you're not already a subscriber, click the button and ring the bell so you don't miss anything. And in the meantime, I look forward to talking to you again very soon.